a flat tire, or make your socks go missing in the dryer. Yo, I make mischief anywhere, and you may not even believe they're there. Let me introduce you to my friend. He's found a way to connect with them. He's got a yokai. He's gonna build a supernatural entourage. He can talk to the spirits, he doesn't have to fear it, and they're always gonna hear it, cause you know he's got a yokai watch. He can talk to the spirits, he doesn't have to fear it, and they're always gonna hear it, cause you know he's got a yokai watch.
We're gonna go through and teach you guys how to get Darkniyan, one of my personal favorite yokai in Yokai Watch 2. He is the cutest little guy. Check this guy out. Darkniyan, I mean, he's modeled after Batman. How awesome is that? Anyway, Darkniyan Ziva's Cleaner is right over here for me. He's my favorite. Anyway, so you guys know that you're going to need a QR code exactly for it, and I'm going to provide it for you in this video. So head over to the bank, as we all know, and you have to actually beat the game, or else it's not going to work. So right on screen over here is the QR code. Go through, pause the video, bam, scan this into your game, and make sure that you have it, okay? Pause the video. Oh wait. This is the QR code for it. And the only way that you can access Darkniyan is if you beat the main boss. I won't spoil who that is, but beat the main boss, and then scan the code. Got it. Alright, so now you're wondering, alright, well, what are we going to need in order to befriend Darkniyan? Well, we're going to actually head over to San Fantastico so we can get our hands on some high-grade fish products. Of course, in Yokai Watch 1, we could easily go through to the fish market guy where Jibanyan usually hangs out, and he sells choice tuna over there, but not in Yokai Watch 2. You gotta head on over here to this grandma over near the wharf, and she will sell it to you, because you're gonna need that fish in order to give it to our good friend Darkniyan. Man, Darkniyan is so good. I was really sad when I heard that Darkniyan wouldn't be in this game, because he was only in the third version of the Japanese Yokai Watch 2. So anyway, if you have 140 bucks to spare, you need this choice tuna. If not, fresh urchin might do the trick for 13 bucks. But of course, I mean, look at this guy. Is he not worth 140 bucks? Choice tuna? You gotta do it. So I found a choice tuna in Mystery Way, luckily, so I have one already. Because I'm broke as a joke in this game. I'm really the only things that I'm buying in this game right now is food to befriend all these awesome yokai. So anyway, we're gonna go back to the Uptown Springdale because there's an easy Mirapo that we've unlocked at the end of the game in order to go back in time. It's right over at the community center. So, of course, if you guys are watching this and you haven't beaten the main villain of the game yet, then you're a little bit too early, but that's okay. Welcome to the video anyway. So I pretty much warped over to the Adams residence over here. We're going to take our awesome bike right over to the community center and then warp with our good friend Vanipo. No, I'm kidding, it's Miradox. We all know it's Miradox. Anyway, so yeah, we're pretty much here. We have our choice tuna, we have our popularity yokai, such as Shmoopy, or Pinky Poo, or Casanuva, or Cupistal, or even Dandoodle if you have them. But anyway, what you want to do is go through all the way down south and go to where you fought the final boss. I say final boss because there's many bosses that are harder than that boss. But anyway, when you go to the final boss area, you'll notice our good friend standing around waiting for us. But anyway, you've got your popularity yokai, you've got the highest grade food that we can give him. Of course, we're going to need someone that can inspirit him so that we can poke him for hearts. And if we're waiting long enough, we can go through and use the wisps to pop out some hearts over there. So there's many different ways of befriending Darkniyan. And it goes for the exact same thing in every yokai. So anyway, there's an IPO right outside. Make sure that you guys go through and save. I can't stress that enough. When you're inside the factory area, you cannot save. So save right now, or else you're just going to throw away that 140 choice tuna if you don't get Darkniyan on your first try. So here he is, hanging out over here in the area. You get to see him just kind of hovering about. He's hovering actually pretty higher than eye level. He goes, oh, did you see my performance? Wait, you didn't come here to see my performance in the movie? Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. He's totally referencing the Yokai Watch movie. That's like breaking the third wall. How awesome is this writing in this game? Anyway, so he's going to ask you to fight. And of course, you guys all saved beforehand, right? So let's go through and fight this guy. Whew, I'll show you guys. Literally, this is my first try. My first try of fighting against Darkniyan. I've got the Superstar Soul on top of Shmoopy. I went through, I tossed the Choice Tuna, and I'm like, alright, Confuse is my main guy. I usually use Confuse as Soultimate. I go through and spirit everyone on screen, then I could start poking away. But then, boom, it misses because of his ability called Night Guard. And Soultimate moves do not affect him whatsoever. So this is actually, it's going to be a little bit tougher of a battle because, one, I have to either wait until Jibanyan rarely does his Inspirit, or maybe Confuse will do an Inspirit, just like right now. And then now that he's Inspirited, we're going to go through and then poke him for hearts. Bam, I got the hearts right on the sweet spot. So now we've done everything that we needed to. We've got Shmoopy, we've got the Superstar Soul, we've poked him for hearts, we fed him his favorite seafood. So the only thing that could help us out even further is if we get a Wisp that has hearts in it, or a Golden Wisp that has like 3 or 4 hearts in it. So we're looking pretty good right here. Of course I go through with Buchinyan thinking that I'm going to do some massive damage, but then again I forget that he's got a Soultimate, or sorry, his ability prevents any kind of Soultimate attacks. Exactly like Confuse, that's why I like Confuse a lot. So there's that. So keep that in mind when you guys are battling him. Now he's going to be pretty strong for your team, so if you guys had a hard time against the final boss, you may want to level up a little bit, but I think that since you beat the final boss, this should be a cakewalk. This should be a cakewalk for you. Fighting Darkniyan right over here should be pretty easy. But keep in mind, you can't use any Soultimates, so he's pretty awesome. He's my favorite. I remember in Yokai Watch 2, you had to find Sebastian and bring Fuyunyan, or sorry, bring Hovernyan to Sebastian, and then he'll read him a comic book, and then he'll turn into Darkniyan there. It was interesting. Anyway, so right over here, the power, hashtag believe in the Shmoopy, we got Darkniyan to approach us on our very first try, because we did everything right, minus getting the Wisps. So of course, we're going to go through and be friends with our good friend,
Darkniyan, fall into darkness.
Darkniyan. I always like to let them talk for a little bit there. Alright, now, watch these names. Darkniyan, which is what I called him a long time ago. Prowler, Darkness, and then of course Shadow. These are all really good nicknames for him. Darkniyan is the best. Wow, okay, so there we have it. Darkniyan added to the medallion right next to Sailornyan and Jetnyan, and we're all set. So now we can start using him on our team. I really love this yokai. I just I want a full team of Darkniyan. I want like Hovernyan, Darkniyan, I want all these guys. So that's good. So now that we got him, it costed us our choice tuna, but still, it was totally worth it. So head on over to the IPO, we're going to go through and we're going to save because we don't want anything to happen. We want this yokai on our team. We need him. It's done. So, this is so awesome. Let's go through and take a look at him just to see what level he's at. I'm very curious. And here we go. Boom. Level 50 right off the bat. You can see that he's more of the special attacker. Wow, special attacker. And he's got Wind Elemental. And his physical attack's decent. 20 times 2. Yeah, that's really not that good. But Nightclaw is physical. So attacks a single foe from the shadows, a high critical chance, and of course it's a negative in spirit whenever he inspirits an enemy. All their stats go down, which is pretty good. So I can't wait to use him in competitive battling. That's going to be really fun. So what do you say we slip his yokai medal inside the yokai watch and see what kind of summoning song we get from it? Of course, he's the Eerie tribe, so we'll hear that. So here we go, surfing on through Darkniyan. Cool looking medal. I love that medal.
Oh, summoning time.
Alright, some pretty eerie tribe chant.
Summoning Eerie. Darkniyan, fall into darkness.
He's awesome, man. I can't wait. I cannot wait. He's going to be a permanent member on my team. I don't even care if he's A rank and he's not S rank. This guy is going to be on my team. So hopefully this video has helped each and every one of you guys out. We're going to continue on with even more tutorials. Now that I've unlocked the post game, there is a limitless amount of things to do.